Let me take you back to August 15th, 1971. A quiet Sunday evening, families watching TV, and the President of the United States steps onto the screen. And in one sentence, he kills the dollar. Not literally, not visibly, but permanently. Now that moment, that broadcast, changed your life. Now you didn't know it then, maybe you weren't even alive, but the ripple it created, well, it shaped your paycheck, your savings, your rent, and your future. Now, this isn't a history lesson, it's a wake-up call. Because if you don't understand what Nixon did that night, you don't understand why you're working harder for less, or why your money feels like it's melting. Now today, we're talking about the day that money died, and how Bitcoin might just be the resurrection. See, before 1971, the dollar was backed by gold. Real gold. It was physical, scarce, and untouchable. You could take a dollar bill into a bank and redeem it for the real thing. Now, that's not sound finance, that's accountability. A check on government greed. A break on runaway printing. Then came war, Vietnam, welfare programs, and massive spending. Now, America wanted to buy more than it could afford, but there wasn't enough gold to cover it. So Nixon did what empires always do when they're cornered. He cheated. He went on live TV and severed the tie between the dollar and gold. And he called it temporary. But it was anything but. Now, he didn't just change policy, he rewrote the rules of money. And from that night on, the dollar was no longer backed by anything. It was no longer real. And it became fiat, by decree, by belief, and by illusion. Now, the dollar became what Thomas Jefferson once called the ghost of money. A shadow, a promise with no anchor. And the consequences, well, they've been devastating. Just slow enough that most people never notice. Now, since 1971, the US dollar has lost over 85% of its value. Wages flatlined, costs exploded, houses, healthcare, college, all skyrocketed. You didn't get richer, you just got better at surviving. Now, the system didn't collapse overnight, it evolved into debt, into credit cards, into consumerism, and into the illusion of wealth without the substance. And here's the part that stings. The closer you are to the money printer, well, the richer you get. And everyone else pays the price through inflation. Now, this wasn't capitalism, this was theft disguised as policy. Now zoom out and you'll see why Bitcoin matters. See, Bitcoin brings back what Nixon killed. Scarcity, finality, trustless integrity. Where fiat is created from nothing, Bitcoin is mined from energy. Where the dollar inflates endlessly, Bitcoin has a hard cap. And where fiat relies on central banks, Bitcoin runs on math and time. Now, Bitcoin is not just a digital currency, it's a resurrection of monetary truth. So here's the pivot. This isn't just about history, this is about your future. Because the same forces that killed the gold standard are killing your financial freedom today. Quietly, systemically, every stimulus, every debt ceiling, every rate cut. They're just newer chapters in the same playbook that Nixon opened. But for now, for the first time, you have a way out. Now you don't need permission to own Bitcoin. You don't need Wall Street's approval. You don't even need a whole coin. You just need to understand the game you're playing and decide to stop playing it by their rules. So ask yourself, if your money isn't backed by anything, if your time is being stolen through inflation, and if your labour is being taxed while billionaires print their way to power, Are you really free? Because that's what this is about. It's not charts, not tech, not number go up. It's about freedom. See, Bitcoin doesn't fix everything, but it fixes the root. It gives you an asset that can't be printed, seized, or censored. And it gives you financial truth that no politician can override. So start stacking, start learning, start opting out. And if you're ready to keep going deeper, if you want to unplug from the matrix and start building real sovereign wealth, then hit subscribe. Because on this show, we don't just chase trends, we decode the system. One lie at a time, one truth bomb at a time, and one Satoshi at a time. Now, if you enjoyed watching this video, and if you're looking for something else to watch, then click right here and have a watch of this.